ドジャース対レッドソックスの第2戦目を前に、引退しても人気者のカーショウとジョーケリーがフィールドに姿を現しました。ジョーケリーは始球式で投げ、また放送局のインタビューにも答えました。ジョーケリーグ誌全開で大谷の話でも盛り上がりました。略しましたのでご覧ください。
We're joined by a very special guest in the dugout, the extremely popular Joe Kelly's got the headset on, joining us live right now from the dugout. Joe, thank you so much for coming on with us. What a treat for all of us to be able to see you. I know you're enjoying retirement, but you're still active. So tell us, what brings you back to the Ravine on this Saturday evening in this heat? Because I see you're not wearing the Mariachi Joe jacket.
No, it's way too hot for that. Thanks for having me on, guys. I was here in the right field. I wouldn't call it the pavilion, I guess, but we did a little, I guess, Joe Kelly experience, right? Where, did a little Q&A. Fans were able to, come take a picture with the two trophies. Little did they know it was the fake trophies, the replicas. No, I'm just kidding. It was the real ones because there was security and the white gloves were there. So I promise you, they were the real ones. I had all my family, some friends. They're all here. We just got back from Puerto Rico, so they're all pretty tired, but we're excited to be here. There they are, walking right there, all of them. Look at how brown they are. We got nice tans going.
Oh, the bronze tan.
I do love the tan, man. You're looking sharp. Joe, this is Jerry. Hey, first and foremost, welcome back. I love that T-shirt, by the way. Baseball is definitely not boring. And I want to talk to you about the many stops you played at. You played in St. Louis. Yep. You played for the Dodgers, obviously the Boston Red Sox. And we could talk about the Chicago White Sox if you would like. What was special about each and every place? Because we've had that conversation before. What was special about each and every place? And what did you learn from each and every stop?
So as a young player, right, I was in St. Louis. I learned the Cardinal way, so to speak, right? So, going things about it the right way. I thought I had a decent Cardinal career as a young player, and then, find out I'm getting traded, right, to Boston. Like I said before, I think Boston's where I was able to truly be myself, right? It's not like I am holding back what I say, right? The Cardinals were great. I love that organization, great winning organization. But I guess I wasn't, a typical Cardinal player, right? I kind of did things my own way. At the time, it was kind of frowned upon if I wasn't doing hours of scouting before the game, right? Like I said, each player is different, and as soon as I got to Boston, I was like, all right, this is more my cup of tea. I had fans flipping me off, driving down the freeway if I stunk, and I was like, oh, this is perfect. This is the kind of edge in a team, in a town that I like. Obviously, a beautiful city, so but they're a very professional organization from top to bottom. They know what winning is like, and as you can see now, a month. They're coming off a historic month of 15 in a row. Coming from no playoffs to putting together a solid run, and obviously if the season ended today, they'd be in the wild card. So it's fun. So saying hi to some of the old guys over there, trainers and stuff, and then obviously coming back home and playing for the Dodgers. Like I said, nothing against the Red Sox, Cardinals, White Sox, but number one organization I'd say in all of sports, whether it's hockey, football, basketball. Just from ownership all the way down to the lowest level, the minor leagues, to spring training coaches. They're just very professional and treat the employees how they should be treated. So White Sox, it was a very brief, short stint. I love the city. We had put together a good team. We just couldn't win. But I enjoyed the ups and downs of my career, and very thankful and blessed. That's for sure.
Hey, Joe, great answer right there. It's James Loney. I just realized that we got a couple things in common here. Actually, just one thing I'm going to talk about. We're both not retired yet, even though I'm still up here, so that's a good thing.
Hey, did you ever fill out the paperwork?
I did not fill out the paperwork.
Did you ever sign
Everybody
it?
just assumed
I haven't signed it either. Yep, there you go.
Not signing it. DH and the NL now. But I'm gonna.
Okay.
But we got Ohtani, so I think we're good. But I'm gonna segue that into what's going on in your post-retirement. I mean, not retirement. You're right now, post-career, whatever going on. I feel like so many things you could be doing. Podcasting. I almost feel like you could be like a wrestler or something. I just feel like you definitely got a lot of options for you, right?
Yeah. TV. I've got numerous TV outlets, but I'm just not ready for it. No, it's been great. I've been able to, my boys are at a great age of them to learn the game that I love, right? Obviously, they play soccer, they play football. My daughter dances. But being able to coach, coming up next season, my oldest will be 11U. My youngest, my other son who plays will be 7U. So, I have 2 new teams starting under my name. I help out at Corona High. Obviously, my favorite is, the #1 public school in the country. Obviously, high draft picks the last few years. I've helped out here and there, but now I'm an official assistant coach. I'm took all the hour-long courses. I know how to do CPR. If someone has a concussion, I could check them. But to be on the field at the high school level, you kind of have to hit all those little things that you have to do to be, certified, right? So technically, I'm an assistant coach, and I'm gonna help out when I can. But like I said, it's a busy. I got a lot busier post playing than I was playing. So my wife was like, "Hey, you're home. Let's put them in more shit." So it's been fun, that's for sure. I'm not bored.
All right, well, since you're not officially retired, Joe, and you're going to be throwing out the first pitch tonight, you just turned 38 a couple months ago, so it's not like you're over the hill. What kind of first pitch are you going to throw tonight? Is this kind of a tryout in your mind? Hey, Andrew, pay attention to what I throw tonight. And do you ever get the itch to still pitch and be out there?
So I think there's a lot of scouts here, right? Trade deadline's coming up. I could probably turn some heads.
Yes.
That could be a late acquisition, the hour before the deadline's over. No, but I was just talking to Vess in the clubhouse, and he's catching my first pitch. So telling you guys earlier, Vess is one of the dogs down in the bullpen that we heavily rely on. He's been so consistent, so underrated throughout the league. One of the Dodger MVPs for arms, throughout my Dodger career. I would not want to get Vesia hurt on a first pitch, so it's just going to be a little lob ball. But the arm's in shape. Like I said, I got throwing batting practice every day to the boys. Playing catch, teaching them stuff. So the arm feels great, but yeah, definitely not going out there, trying to make a comeback. That's for sure.
You definitely have always had that rubber arm. It wouldn't surprise me if you went out there and threw 98. Not to Alex Vesia, but you can still pump it at 98 miles an hour. I want to know, really, the majority of Dodger fans would like to know, do you guys still have the car Shohei gave you guys a couple years ago, the Porsche?
Of course. That thing will be in the family history forever, right? That's a historic artifact. That's one of the coolest stories and the greatest gifts. And, we're beyond lucky to get that from Shohei. What a great human being he is. But, yes, my wife still drives it. I still drive it. I don't drive it too far because, I'm going to put myself on blast. The car is in an Arizona name at the time, I think, and we haven't been able to switch it over at the DMV because if I go to the DMV, I'm sitting there for 5 hours and, I start cussing at people. So it is not currently registered. So if any cops out there see the Shohei car, just know that it's not registered. I'm just going to pick up my kids. No, I'm going to pick up my kids real quick and I'm coming back to the house, all right? You won't see me again, all right?
So not only did he get a Porsche out of it, also, Joe, your number 17 is going to be retired someday here at Dodger Stadium as well.
Wait.
So you're going to have that
I'll be honored again. I love it, yeah. Every time I bring my boys and family to the field, it's like, can't believe Dad got retired. Look at that number.
That's right. Joe Kelly, thank you so much for coming on with us. Always great to see you back at the Ravine. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it, Joe. Thanks.
Sox, Joe Kelly throwing out the first pitch. He told us on the pregame show he really wanted to fire in there about 98, but not when his buddy Alex Vesia is catching him, Jerry.
Absolutely not. Joe Kelly is in great shape. I'm surprised they're on a team out there that would try to get him to throw. He's only 38 years young.
Yeah. All right, Dodgers Red Sox coming up. Shohei Ohtani, he sat out the game on Thursday due to knee soreness, came back.